So at MindBridge, we call guardians the neuropsychological mechanisms that prevent change to your cognitive system. Yeah. These, when we talk about values, beliefs, motivations, moralities, frames, and so forth and so on, when we talk about all of these components, they sit on a bed of neuropsychological cognitive mechanisms. These cognitive mechanisms were put in place over hundreds of thousands of years of our evolutionary history in order to ensure our survival. They are major systems. They are incredibly robust, right? Over hundreds of thousands of evolutionary history, these cognitive mechanisms developed and became genetically encoded, some of them as primary systems. So they don't want to move. They don't want to move. And so often when we're talking about in progressive movements, when we're asking people maybe to kind of change their mind or change the way they're thinking, or maybe engage in a certain empathic process that they weren't before, for the brain unconsciously, that might signal threat because you're asking them to change a fundamental system. We don't like to change our mind. We like our values and our beliefs. We really like the things that we feel are moral. And we like them in part also because they're fundamentally neurobiologically rooted. And our writer doesn't quite realize that. But a big part of what tends to sustain them for us and our liking of them is because they're rooted in our cognitive system in order to ensure our survival. So every so often, we're going to come back to this idea of the guardians, how to talk to a guardian and how to sidestep a guardian so that you can get to the elephant. You're not going to blast through a guardian. They're there to protect you. They're doing their job and they're doing a good job. We don't want to blast through them. They're our helpers. And frankly, blasting through them often means you kind of break the system, which we don't want. So we're going to learn to kind of acknowledge when we've got a guardian, and there's lots of kinds, and we'll talk about the different kinds of guardians as we go. So we're going to help you identify these guardians. And then based on the identification of that guardian, we're going to help you kind of go, okay, let's get to the side so we can get to our elephant.